Shut up. Didn't I say shut up? Bet that rooster will think twice before crowing tomorrow morning. Coffee's ready, guys. Let's start the show. Good morning, everybody. How is the brew crew this morning? It's Friday, guys. Ah. I hope everybody is doing well and you are having a great day or a great morning wherever you are. And let's see who's come to hang out with us this morning. Miss Pinky. How is Miss Pinky and the hubby doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Lion. Sir Pomp, thanks for sharing out. I appreciate it. Denise, hello, hello. Yes, lurk away. Lucky Duck gets to work from home. I know how that is. Not wanting to have to go in, so at least you have that option, to work from home. That's great. Miss Sage is here. Good morning. How are you? I hope you are well. And Susan was here, but she'll be back. That work thing you got to do, Boy, does that ruin it, doesn't it? Mrs. Prism, good morning. How are you? Mr. Prism, wow, you both are here. The pressure. Mr. Prism, were your ears burning? That's all I'm going to say. He'll have to wait. So how's everybody this morning? And all those that are lurking, good morning, good morning. Good morning, girly. How are you? That's okay. You could lurk. Good morning, Rob. I see you there. Good morning, good morning. I woke up to one of the best surprises ever. Oh my, I was totally blown away. Good morning, Carla. I woke up to, oh my goodness, I still don't even believe it. My subscription subscribers had increased almost by 300 members. I am now up to 953 subscribers. I am 47 away from my goal of 1,000. I was blown away, and that is all thanks to Face the Ace. He spread the word and just shared me out, and the subscribers just started piling in. I was blown away. So eventually he'll be in here so I can thank him, live on the show. I'm just floored. So I am almost to my goal. I just can't believe it. Good morning, Heather, and welcome. Welcome to the Brew Crew. It's official. Now you're a Brewster. She says, just been walking the dog and surprised, not surprising. It's foggy, raining 50 days now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, build that boat. Oh, jeez. Oh my God. Yeah, we have a rain snow mix here. So it's a sloppy mess. It's going to be like that all day and then snow all weekend. So we got the warmer temperatures, but we've got, the white devil falling from the sky. Brilliant new Lord. Yes. Oh God, it was just amazing. It was amazing. Hey, Justin, good morning to you, sir. How are you? Great show as always. If you guys don't know about Paranormal Monkey Podcast, Justin, you guys got to go check him out. Great show, always, always. Yes, we are known as the Brewsters here, the Brew Crew, the Brewster Rooster. So, yeah. Now you're one, Heather. Congratulations, Laura. That's awesome. It was such, I'm telling you, that was such a great surprise to wake up to almost 1,000 subs. I mean, I've been struggling since last year, and I'm finally almost at the mark. So hopefully by the end of the day. I mean, it's too much to ask for, I know, but I'll take it. I cherish each and every one of my subs, and to finally get to this point, finally, was just a great thrill this morning. Excuse me. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I just might have a reason to jump. Well, I have a reason now to jump up and down, but might have a drink later. Maybe. You never know. Good morning, Raven. How are you? Lion said, I had a dream that I was flying over the ocean. What does that mean? It's trippy. Oh, geez. I don't know. I'm really not a dream analyzer, but I would consider that like freedom. Traveling and being. I used to do that all the time. I used to have dreams that I could fly. Especially like if somebody was chasing after me, you're in trouble, and it was just like take a couple of steps and then just up into the air. When I was young. Sage, that's awesome. Oh, it was such a surprise, Sage. It really was. And I was just totally floored. Just you go to bed with one number and then you wake up with 300 extra, and it's like, yes. I can't believe it. So guys, the hard work and the community, all in one, just it pays off in the long run. So if you got your channels and we share them out, and we support each other, we'll make our goals eventually. Blanket, hello, I'm getting ready. You're getting ready. What are you doing? What are you doing today, Raven? Is Raven going out, or is Raven getting ready to do a live gaming program? It's Friday, so there's all kinds of stuff going to be happening today. And I'm setting up to start up the new miniature for Sunday. So it's going to be fun. It's the house there with the train. So a monster chasing you in a dream, but you can't run. I've had that as well. Or like you're running like in slow motion, Lionheart. You ever have that one of those? It's like one of those dreams, like you're going down a hallway and the hallway never ends. It's just going to the shop. Oh, she's going shopping. All right. Right when my first video did that, it floors you. Yeah, it does, Carla. You're just like, oh my, you're just shocked. So yeah, it was just a really great surprise. But I've always known since I was young, I actually can control my dreams, which is awesome, because sometimes you'll have really bad nightmare. And you tend to have them, especially if you're dealing in the paranormal, because your imagination will get the better of you when you're sleeping. And I've had, terrible nightmares where, things have happened. And I'll say to myself in the nightmare, oh, come on, this is BS and I've had enough. And I turn it around and start dreaming about something totally different. So yes, thanks for sharing out everybody's channels. I appreciate it, guys. Or when the hall just never ends. Yeah, it just keeps going and going. Yeah, I think we've all had those weird dreams. I remember, one of the weirdest dreams I've ever had was when I started working in the dental field a long time ago when I worked. And everybody got saying, well, you're new to this. You're going to have dreams of teeth chasing you. I'm thinking, oh, come on. No way. Well, they were right. I was working about maybe 2-3 months into the new job. And yeah, I had a dream that all your teeth fall out, and then you got dreams that teeth are chasing you. It just goes with the job. It's the nightmare of what you do for a living. It's every now and then I still have those where I have dreams where my teeth are falling out. It's awful. I used to use my nightmares in the past as a way to get into lucid dreams. Oh, see, that's it's great when you can control them. I mean, a lot of people can't, or they just haven't figured out how. But it's nice when you can actually do it, 'cause especially when you have, bad dreams, like, with demons, or like, like I said, you're dealing in the paranormal, so you're gonna have your imaginations are gonna go wild. And um, I've had dreams of where, like, having a battle with the devil, and I'd be like, "Oh, come on, get out of here." I take control of it. Now, if you dream of teeth falling out, it means misfortune. Oh. See, I never followed any of that stuff, with the dream interpretations. I know there's lots of books and stuff on them. I think mine are just pretty much just residue from from what I used to do for over 30 years. You're gonna have a tendency to dream about, teeth. And another, bad thing is being in the dental field all those years, the first thing I look at is somebody's teeth when I meet them. It's my eyes go automatically right to their teeth. So you just can't help it. When I used to pack kiwi fruit, I used to dream about living kiwi following me. Oh God, that's funny, Pinky. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's being stalked by kiwi. Oh, jeez. Naked dreams are about anxieties. Ah, see, I can honestly say I've never had a naked dream. Hmm. Nothing worse than having a dream about falling and waking up with that jerk that, oh yeah, and you roll over and you slam your arm down on the bed. I've done that. I'm excited to see Laura's work on the miniature. Oh, yep, it's gonna be nice. It's the one with the train. Maybe eventually I'll get back to that metal ship, but I had to stop. Good morning, Sir Wayne. The sugar daddy's in the house. I can't stay long going. Everyone's going shopping. Somebody goes shopping for me. I hate shopping, but yeah, the metal model was just it was beating me down, guys. It was because I had to use all of those tools, and it just my hands just blew up. And then there was so many complications, and I'm like, "Yep, it's time to put this away before I, smash it with a hammer." So it's in a box on a shelf, and I think I'll work on it maybe a little bit at a time and get it accomplished because I don't like not finishing something. I'd say naked dreams are about being sex deprived. Ah, well, maybe that's why I've never had one. I don't know. I've always had confusing and a bit distressing dreams. Oh, do you have a lot of stress, Mrs. Prism? Is it something bothering you? Or are you searching for something? When my mom was about 70, 72, she shrimped. She was skydiving or something, and she jumped out of her bed, and I had to call us to take her to the hospital. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They had somebody that was really in a deep dream. Wow. Dreamt. Yep, that's what I figured. Dreamt. Yeah, you gotta love speech to text. It likes to stick it right in your moon. Groceries, Wayne, or some new heels for Chris. There you go. A new outfit for Crystal. Beardo has dreams on how many birthdays. I know. We were talking about that in Sarah's live when Justin was breaking them on her about being 80 years old. And I says, well, she still don't have Beardo beat because, he's centuries older, according to, all the birthday wishes he gets. He's mummified by now. Pinch tools seem like big hands. Hey, a faster. I'm healing from an autistic burnout. So that might be it. Today I'm very stressed and overstimulated. Well, just sit back and relax. Would you like me to speak more calmly, more softly? Of course, I don't want to put anyone to sleep, but you just let me know what you need, and I'll try to do my best to hook you up. What if you're clothed, but the other people are naked? Hmm. I've never had one like that either. Interesting. That's very interesting, Mr. Prism. What if you were clothed and the other ones were naked? Imagine dreaming about a giant jumper. Giant jumper. I'm getting chased by a giant sweater. A pair of knitting needles. Excuse me. Get it? ADHD brain is exhausted. Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Justin is like Cher. He just dyes his hair and plucks his eyebrows to keep looking young. I think Cher's had a little bit of nip and tuck herself, though, because she's had plastic surgery. You could say her face is just not the same from when she was younger. I don't get it. I think they go too far. I mean, not for nothing. She's almost 80 years old. She looks great, but oh, checks are done. She's ready to rock and roll, Sage. You got your coffee? Make sure you hide out from the hag. I'm going to be fine. Just need to have a relaxed day and find distraction. Okay, well, we'll just like I said, you need us to just talk softer, more calm, maybe a little humming or something, or singing. Come on, Wayne, sing to her. I make weird sex noises in my sleep. So I am told, and I laugh a lot. No wonder I wake up tired. You're wearing yourself out, Rob, and you're not even awake to enjoy it. Yeah, Monkey, he does believe in life after love. Oh my God. Hi, Justin Matey. Do a chat about dreams. Yeah, we should. Well, yeah, that would make it for an interesting show. I'd have to contact somebody that does dream analysis. I don't get plastic surgery at all. They all end up looking like duck. And again, yeah, they do. It's like everything's all pulled back. It's just terrible looking. Some really get carried away. You know what I mean? Good morning, God Gal. How are you? Popping in for a while to get ready. I have a meeting in town soon with city officials. I'm going to need a Beardo spoon. So, with all this shit stirring, oh my God. Everybody should have at least one of those on hand. Oh, there. See, Wayne's saying to you, Mrs. Prism, la 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 la. A little soft music to soothe the savage beast. Start with Freud young dream analysis. Good advice. Yeah, like I said, I know my mother-in-law had one long time ago. She had one of those books. I don't know what the hell ever happened to it. Because I have people ask me that all the time. Well, I had this dream. What does it mean? Well, your guess is as good as mine. And I would, give a guesstimation about what it could mean. Yeah, sometimes I laugh in my sleep. Mrs. Prism loves it when that happens. I do that too. I'll wake myself up laughing. You're getting another storm. Oh, yes, we're getting snow all weekend, Sage. Right now it's a rain snow mix. And it's just pretty much shit is what it is. but it's like 35. So, I mean, we can't have everything. I woke up to comments. Let's see. Oops, blocked my thing here. I woke up to comments from folks annoyed by all the jumper chat last night. Don't blame me. Oh, jeez. Well, they're just going to razz you. I like your jumpers. Just so that you know. Got to pick on a poor guy because he enjoys a good sweater. I mean, come on. Especially, it's cold, wet, and rainy where you guys are, isn't it? In the UK, the rain won't stop. Yeah, see, you guys are floating away. Got to have something to keep you warm. I know there's days where I got to put on a jumper because I'm freezing. I have a lot of dreams about a crow, and then a monkey shows up and turns into a nightmare. They both fighting over the same banana. He started it at Christmas. The Christmas jumper. Yes, I watch. I might not talk, comment all the time, but I'm in there lurking, Justin. That's right. Wear them. It's comfortable. Looks good on him. He's a handsome guy. Nice wardrobe. Why not? Crows are messengers linked to the other world. Yes, I have heard that, Heather. See, Heather's very schooled on the subject, so it's good that we started it off this way. Good morning, Boo Berry. How are you, sweetie? Wanted to say thank you to whoever gifted me the membership yesterday. Very, very nice. And it's great because the new issue of the magazine will be out in a week. So all the new members will have access to the link to get the new magazine. All I can say is, Mr. Prism, the surprise is in the magazine. So nothing like dangling a carrot, right? I feel bad. I was just trying to drum up a little super chat for Justin, and it turned into a free for all. We talked about Screaming Skulls. Yes. Don't know how the jumper looks. Don't know how the jumper looks like, but I've seen enough ugly clothes to know it wasn't that bad. I know. I got a jumper for Christmas. Took me a week to talk him down from there. Oh, just lying. Oh, that was a good one. Ooh, Sage, we're beating you. It's only 19 there. Oh, God. We're hitting the high. We're 35. That's why we're getting the rain snow mix. But I do like it when the thunder snows because I think that's pretty cool. We've had that once this year, thunder snow. Pretty awesome. Chin up, Justin. It was very enjoyable. Yeah, it's always a good show. He finds some really amazing people to talk to. I have no idea what's going on. That's right. You'll have to wait. No idea what's going on. It's a secret that I have, and Pinky knows about it. Good morning, Sandra Pink. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Are Screaming Skull stories limited to the UK, or are there any in the US that you know of? I have not heard of any, but I'd have to look them up. Never heard of any Screaming Skull stories in the US. Same temperatures in Iowa. Yeah, cold, cold, cold. Hope everyone's had a great day. I'm off to work. Congratulations again, Laura. Thank you so much, Carla. And don't work too hard. It's Friday. And thank you. I'm really excited. So I don't know. Maybe I'll hit that 1,000 today. But I'm very happy at the end of the subs that I got overnight. It was just totally amazing. Definitely don't have screaming skulls in New Zealand. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good subject to look up. Gonna have to look it up. Also, it makes a great story for the magazine as well. I get a lot of inspiration by everybody's shows, and I find, when you have interesting guests on or topics, and I said, "Oh, let's look that up and put it in there." And I'll try not to work too hard. Hope it goes quick. Yes, just think it and will it to happen. It'll happen quick. It's interesting, Pinky. Thought the UK folklore might have made it over to the other parts of the world. I mean, it could be. I've just never heard about it. Not around here. Good morning, Big Stew. How's Big Stew this morning? We have more, the Bigfoot lore and stuff like that, which Bigfoot's been pretty active apparently this year up in the Adirondacks. And I'm hoping to get the investigator on the show again really soon. He's just trying to work me into his schedule. He's been very busy. So there's going to be a pretty interesting show. I haven't heard anything around here, Justin. I wonder about history of scary stories passed down to the north in Scotland. It was common for pigs to have skeletons buried in their floors. Yeah. Oh, they did that a lot back in the day. I mean, why they would do that, I don't know. Let's see something else we'd have to look up. Why was that done? The Celts of the Northern Europe folklore. After proving Justin's theory. Bigfoot stole my beer. Probably. I know they've been pretty active up here. I could swear there was a segment on Screaming Skulls and Leonard Nimoy's search of. Could have been, Stu. Could have been. Wow, that was a long time ago. Yeah, I don't usually catch everything. So I just then when I do hear about stuff like this, then I go and I look it up and to see where the stories come from and all of that. I briefly mentioned that the idea of spirits being contained within the skulls could be pagan cult tradition, so I wouldn't be surprised if there were some in Scotland and Ireland. Oh, I'm sure there is. How is your hand? Still having your yeah, a little bit. Still swollen. The it's the center knuckle, and it's actually it's swollen now. It's pretty huge. But I was doing a lot of typing last night because I had to get caught up on the magazine because I was behind, and this weather doesn't help. But I already swore that I'm not going to let that thing beat me. I'm going to let it sit for a while on the shelf and maybe just tinker with it a little bit at a time. I can't go full throttle on the metal model because using the tools is what's doing it. It's screwing up my hands. I know they used to put cats in walls for good luck and to fend off bad spirits. Good morning, Michelle. How are you? The stuff that they did and just in times past, it just amazes me. Like who would have thought? Okay, let's put the cats in the walls for good luck. Who come up with that stuff? That's what makes me go in search of this stuff. And yeah, the mummified cats and ancient ram inn has seen better days. Yeah, I'm just like, you're thinking, oh yeah, let's wrap it up and stuff it in the walls. I just Laura, you need to start with the bar fights. I know, Stu. I can't help myself. I get all liquored up and then I just, throw that right hook and sometimes I miss, hit a wall. It was bad the other day. It was all four knuckles. It just like I had one big knuckle all the way across. And I was like, yeah, I think I need to put that down. So the swelling's gone down. It still hurts to bend my fingers, but it's, hey, suck it up and move along. I love witch marks. Have you ever get a chance, Southampton's Tudor Hall. Yeah, that's why I always wanted to come to the UK because there's just so much there, so much to look up, so much to experience. Prism for real? Poor kitties. Yeah, I know. I always pick it on the cats. They've been a target since, the days of the Egyptians. I find it hilarious that they used to think that evil spirits would get trapped inside witch marks. Like a circle would defeat a spirit. See, that's what I'm saying. Where does this stuff come from? Where does it originate? I mean, somebody just figure, let's do this. They'll buy it, and it's because like today, somebody will do something and say, "Oh, this will work." The people will believe it, and people do. The circle of saltwood, though. Yep, the salt. Yes. So, well, it's depending on where you are, a circle of salt, or you've got brick dust, where they say that's usually in New Orleans, the area where you put the brick dust on the threshold, and anyone that has any kind of bad intent can't cross it. Let's see, Heather. Recently, they were renovating the church here, and they pulled a cat mummy from the walls. Oh, wow. In Suffolk, UK, there are locations dating back to 250 years. So I'm saying it's such a long history, and so much has happened. And I love the stories. I just love it. I mean, I'm online. I'm looking up like old castles and old folklore that goes with the castle and the properties. And good morning, Susan. Welcome back. It's just, it's amazing. It just what keeps me going. Whether it's paranormal or not, because I do enjoy the paranormal because it's interesting, but it's the history behind all of the things that happen. I've been looking for an expert in tropic marks on a podcast, but everyone I've spoken to would have sent the audience to sleep, nerd, monotone, nasally, that kind of thing. Oh, yeah. I know, Justin, it's hard. It's hard to find people. Or you get some people that are like too far out there, and you're like, yeah, I can't bring them on because little scary. You got to find that happy medium. Excuse me. It's interesting how things can morph over time. I read once where pentagrams in the Middle Ages were talismans, to protect against demons. It was believed that they would be compelled to follow the lines. Yes, I've read that too, Sage. But now look at, like I'm saying, it just takes one, century of people to turn something evil. And most of the time is because the people were so ignorant and they would just follow whatever their religious leaders told them. That's where a lot of the problems lie. It's crazy to think in America, we were working on trail days when they were doing Victorian stuff. At the same time, we were Wild West. Yeah, it comes from long ago, the thought that the lines and the geometric shape would confuse the spirits so they get lost in the maze. Yeah, it's amazing. Good morning, Cree. How is Cree this morning? Don't forget to cleanse your crystals and add positive energy before placing them in a house, or maybe place a crystal with attached bad energy. I've always got crystals out on my table when I'm doing the tarot. I've had that in the past. Had strangers call in with their ghost stories. Some were so ridiculous. I just laughed in their face. Oh God, Justin. I know, because you're like, come on, man, really? That's a little too far. I read that in a Wicca book, and it kind of gives me the same idea as those circles. Well, yes, because you're supposed to, yeah, you have to charge the crystals. You usually do that on full moons, cleanse them in salt. There's all kinds of rituals and stuff that people perform dealing with crystals and stuff like that. Same thing when, if you're doing the tarot. Like I do read tarot, but I always tell everybody it's entertainment only. Don't base your life decisions on it. But you have to cleanse the deck for each person that you read for. Um, it just use tarot is just pretty much it's you could use it as a guideline towards something that you're already involved in. Our spirits thick. They were once alive, so they're not clueless. How was Cree this morning? I hope Cree's doing good. I hope you got some sleep. Me, I'm running on fumes. My dog decided to wake me up at let's see, 3 o'clock this morning. She wanted to go to the bathroom. And here I'm laying there, and she's whining and whining, thinking, oh God, please, dog. I've only been sleeping for like 2 hours. No, I had to get up. Moon, sunlight, smoke. Yep. And salt. Yep. Yes, smoke too. Yeah. You got the incense burning. I have a couple of favorites. One of mine is dragon's blood. It's called the incense. It's a great smell. I believe in paranormal from an experience, but I'm still open-minded till I get evidence. Yeah, well, you got to stay open-minded, Lion, And there is the superstar, Face the Ace. Sir, you are amazing. I just have to say that to everybody who's listening. What you did for me, I can't say thank you enough. I was floored this morning when I got up. Totally floored. And I just want to thank you so much. I'm almost at my goal of 1,000 subs, and it's all because of what you did, and I appreciate it 100%. You are a superstar, Ace. You really are. And I'm gonna play the superstar for Ace because he deserves it. You deserve that 100% and more. I was just so grateful. And he even comes showing up with coffee. It doesn't get any better than that. Please don't thank me. Please thank my beautiful Victoria Jack. Oh no, I mean you had a lot to do with it, and I had to thank you. And castles. Oh, I'm missing some stuff. Let me scroll it back up. And I'm gonna let you know here also, Ace, because I would like to have you on the program so that we could chat with you. Susan's gonna co-host. So if you're willing to come on with us, you could use an avatar. You don't, because I know you don't like to have your face shown. We would love to have you. Just contact me and we could set up a time and a date. And let's see. In castles, you sometimes find game boards scratched into the castle's ramparts played by soldiers from medieval times, like Nine Men Morris. I love that. Makes history real. Yeah, that's freaking awesome. Just wanted to say the moon thing. Love doing tarot for fun. Yeah, it is fun. It really is fun. Jesus said, "Slava have fun." Yes, it is. Yee-hoo! I know. If you ain't awake, you are now. Good morning, Friday. How are you? He says, it seems insulting to explain to the spirit that the little plastic box will not hurt. Yeah, I know. I know. You know what it is? Because I just don't think people know what to say, to be honest, Friday. If you're going to use equipment, don't even go that route. Well, it's not going to hurt you. Just say that this equipment or this item in my hand allows me to communicate with you is pretty much all you can do. I mean, because you're right. The rest of it sounds pretty ridiculous. I mean, how are you going to hurt them? So that sound effect made my cat look up. Good morning, kitty. Yes, Susan's in here lurking and working. Because let's see, I went to bed. I was at 600 and something, and then I woke up this morning with 953. And that's a great thing to wake up to. And I'm hoping all the new subs come on in, check everything out, and enjoy the morning shows. And of course, who do I got this Wednesday? Wednesday night, I've got Dave from Ghostess Paranormal. He is going to be interviewed on Wednesday night. We're going to talk a little paranormal talk. And of course, this Sunday, I'm starting the new miniature build this Sunday at 7. And I'm going to go into full detail with it, starting off with the electrical, because I normally don't do that in front of you guys. So you get to see how we test the wiring to make sure that it's, done right. Because I found some where the wiring's done backwards. And of course, if you don't test it, you don't find out until after you try to hook it all up and it doesn't work. So that kind of sucks. So always test your wires before you put it together. That's right. It's Friday, Susan. Just pretend to work. Just pretend. Uh-oh, it's getting colder at Sages. What's going on there? What do you got going on there? Storms coming your way? It dropped to 13. Yikes. Yeah, we're going to have the snow rain mix all today, and then it's going to turn over to total snow for the entire weekend. And I haven't even looked or even asked my husband, because my husband tracks weather, to see what kind of mess we're going to have. Making a brew. Anyone want a cup of? Yo, serve it around. Mine's getting a little cold. The community is awesome. Support all small and upcoming channels. It is. And I try to support as many as I can, by sharing stuff out and having them on the show. I've had all of the bigger channels on, the majority of them, and it's great. And I enjoy each and every one of them. But I like to have the smaller channels on so that it gets them out there. Oh, I don't think chat is showing my explanation. Oh, what did I miss, Friday? What did I miss? It's raining in Allentown. Yeah, we got rain too, Ace. So you're not going to be out wandering around, are you? You don't want to catch a cold. Let's see. What did I miss that Friday had said? Just say it again, sir. Say it again. I'm looking forward to your up and coming show there of Friday, when you're going to go on with Todd, and then when you set up with Steve. Friday's making the rounds. Those are going to be good conversations, though. I still got to send in my EVP stuff to Todd, and I want him to listen. The ones that I sent in to you a long time ago, Friday. Shout up, I can't hear you over the kettle. Wow, that's a loud kettle. Because I think I'm pretty loud. Of course, I have to be, because my husband can't hear very well. My husband and my father don't hear very well. So I'm always talking loud. So I try to tone it down to my normal voice when I'm doing a show. So I'm not blowing out anybody's eardrums. I went out yesterday. It cooled off. It was 32, freezing and sleet, and I was standing out in it in shorts and a t-shirt. That would be me, Sage. You know, you guys, I'm always in shorts. I love weekend. Ooh, yeah. Oh, Ace is going to tip back a few. Thank you, Laura. I'm looking forward to the live this next week. Yeah, it's going to be great. Hey, Mark, how's it going? Good morning to you. Are you gonna? What are you celebrating, Ace? Are you celebrating that it's just the weekend, or are you going to be celebrating me and getting all those subs? That'd be great. I was celebrating this morning. Now, see, you know what it is? Let me look on the. I noticed that some of the comments don't show up in the streaming chat, but they show up on the YouTube page. Let me see. I've switched over. Let me see. Which is really annoying. And the YouTube chat is on a delay. And let me see if it showed up on here. I don't know. So that's what annoys me. Okay, I don't know what the hell happened there. James, I just found a great place here. You would like it, but it's not open at the moment. I'll tag you in a video when it does. Ah, nice. Little secret going on. Is the stream working well on there? I don't think. Now I'm thinking there's an issue with the stream on YouTube. I was saying that when people leave the body, they gain enlightenment and all knowing, yet people treat spirits like 5-year-olds. Yeah, see, I didn't see that before. Yep. You're right. Well, yeah, they tend to talk to them, yeah, like they're ignorant and childlike, and I think that's rude. I do. You know, when I go out on investigations, I just, I sit there and I just have a normal conversation like you would with any other adult. I mean, just because they're spirit doesn't mean that they're stupid. It's just, it could be a little annoying. James commented, has been removed because he talked too much sense. Yeah, it was the spirits. I got up at 4:30 this morning. Going to start to get early next week or so. So I'll be ready for daylight savings time. Oh, I know it's coming up. They're going to screw with our clocks again. It happens sometimes for me, the other way around. Sometimes I don't see someone's comment here, but I do see them on your screen. No, I'm not blocked because I see the very next comment. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. I don't know if that's a YouTube thing or it's the streaming thing. I don't get it. I'm glad that this is a drama-free zone. I usually have to pay for it. Well, I mean, we could deliver some drama if you want. But I like to keep it drama-free. This is a place just to hang out and relax. Trump is going to open the UFO files. Interesting. Really? Well, I did see a news article because it's online, so it's got to be true, right? That I guess Biden had admitted that yes, there is the existence of UFOs. So yeah, I'd like to see what kind of stuff they're going to release. Best way to do it is to simply state your name and you intend to make contact with your recorder and is ready for them respectful. Yeah, you're exactly right, Friday. You just talk normal. Don't provoke. Just like, what are you going to do? You're not scaring anything. You're just making it dramatic. When I talk to spirits, I talk to them with respect. They were a person. You're right. They are. They were And I still get they still are, even though they might be in a different form. You're still speaking with a person. Exactly. It would insult any mature mind. Yeah. So but a lot of people do it. I don't understand why they do it. I saw two parents do that with their 25-year-old daughter. Oh, and syndrome. It pissed me off so much. I can imagine spirits would be still. Yeah, exactly. You're talking to no, this is this. I mean, people whispering on a hunt always bothers me. I know. We've got to be quiet. We don't want to wake any of them up. And a lot of people do that too. Yeah, ghosts, they're not babies, so why they do though. They treat them that way. So always just be respectful. Just have a normal conversation. Don't tiptoe around it. It's I don't know. But everybody has their own way of doing things. But it's just respect is the utmost important thing. Trump wants to bring up UFOs because he doesn't want us to pay attention to any other stuff going on. I think all the politicians would be happy if we started talking about. Oh, you're right. A distraction. You're right, because that's what they do with everything. Get us distracted by the real important stuff. Let's see, Sage says, I agree. I don't like it when people try to provoke. Yeah, that's just disrespectful and rude. And it's like you're trying to bully them into responding. And for nothing, if I was a spirit, I'd be like, what are you can't do nothing to me. That's when somebody would get hit with a brick. There, let's see you do something about that. Good morning, Sarah. How are you? Welcome in. You're right, Friday. We are the ones who are limited. Totally limited. Oh, thank you, Ace. Ace, he's just the gift that keeps on giving. Ace, you're awesome sauce, man. Get ready, guys. A little rock and roll for Ace. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, sir. I have an awful story of Marvel's at 30 East Drive. I'd already left. Oh no. So you were there at 30 East Drive? What's your opinions of that place? We're doing good, Sarah. How are you? I hope you're well. Obama saying aliens are real, and Trump saying that Obama said that he broke confidentiality about it's saying a lot. So of course, all right. So then it was a real story. Because when I seen that, I'm thinking, oh, okay, is this a load of bull or? Oh, that's fine. Enjoy the grandson chat. Eardrums are now bleeding. I thought you'd enjoy that, Justin. It's a little monkey rock and roll. I respect the paranormal. I don't like it when teams fake it. Well, you know what? That's part of the YouTube deal. They do that because they need those clicks and views. We all need clicks and views, but just to be entertainment. Come on, entertainment channel. That's what they are. They're there to entertain. Because I watch a few of them because I think they're funny. Do I think anything they do is real? No. But they're geared towards a more younger crowd, and that's what they want. So thank you. Oh, Sage, thank you. Turn down your volumes, guys. Sage is getting a little monkey love too. Thank you, darling. I appreciate it. Lionheart, I definitely couldn't agree more. I don't like it when they fake stuff either. Yeah, it's well because you get very, it's very frustrating. It is a further insult to a being to have someone like Baggins. Oh God, Eagle walk in. I'm not the only one. I guarantee I'm not the only one that said, please, somebody throw a rock at that guy on an investigation. Because then you'd watch him actually shit himself. That would be so great. But it doesn't happen. A guy who wants to pick a fight with anyone sees him. Oh, just disturbed, yes, not evil, just unhappy. Needs to be lived in again. Ah. So there you go. It's Heather says it is haunted, yes, disturbed, yes, not evil, just unhappy, needs to be lived in again. Well, they make too much money off of it, so that's not going to happen. Oh, Sarah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my God, the love, you guys, I love it. I love it. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Fakers don't believe in paranormal. They just want to make the dollar on the people's emotions. You're right. You're exactly right. And that's another thing that really just frosts my cookies because, a lot of these people could be in a state of mourning or just depressed and they're looking for answers and they get sucked into these entertainment channels and they're making money hand over fist. Like that one dork there in the UK. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. The guy never leaves his house and he makes hundreds of dollars. People have paid for him to go on trips. I mean, he's got it going on. And boy, if you say anything, his followers cut you up. Yeah, I've spent hundreds of hours in there. Very little happens, but one main incident that was undeniably a poltergeist activity that turned me from skeptic to someone that had to admit it was haunted. Oh, nice. Yes, I remember when you were there. Everybody has a different experience there, which is really great. I think that's what I like about it. Every time somebody goes there, there is a total different experience. And most stuff that you hear, not a lot happens, but then when something does happen, it really makes you think, oh, okay, something is going on. The subscribers are brainwashed. Yeah, they are. You're talking about really haunted. Yeah, haunted by Vlad, and then he was haunted by a bunch of I laugh. I just laugh. When he was doing the SLS stuff, I laugh. I think it's hilarious. I would just say since about 2017, every time I've been there, nothing happened. Oh, okay. See, this I'm saying it's and see that's right there that proves the point. No matter how many times you go, that doesn't mean that something's going to happen every time. And that's a big misconception out there to people that don't do investigations. They're thinking, well, gee, all those other guys, they have stuff happen all the time. How come not for you? Because that's not real. That's why. That's not how it works. I mean, they're not performing monkeys. Oh, we better do something. They might get upset. They don't care if you're upset. Hey, Keg, how are you? Just popping in to say hi. Just got in from work and off to bed. Oh, go to sleep. Enjoy. I didn't have any sleep, so I can't wait to pass out. I'll definitely share the event with everyone when I get home. So much editing There will be, yeah, but it's nice to get the final product, isn't it? Why would Vad the Impaler waste his time on that guy? Would you think he'd be? I I know I don't. Well, just like the thing with the portal, and I think the funniest part when I saw that he did was he was sitting on the floor, and when he got nailed in the face with that rubber ball, I almost wet myself. It was so funny. I'm not gonna think of it. Said, do it again, do it again. It was his daughter that whipped that ball his head. People think it's like an episode of Scooby Doo every time. Yeah, that's exactly what they think. What do you mean that ghosts aren't performing monkeys? I know, it just, shame on them. They should just do things on demand, right? What the heck? If that's the case, boy, the data that we would all collect. I will just say we did these mammoth live streams 8 to 5 a.m. every night. One time, as soon as we went to bed, we heard marbles being thrown. I was too tired to care for. Exactly. I'm with you, Jess. I'd be like, yeah, okay, it's good. I'm done. Too late. Show's over. There are YouTubers with a 100% success rate, and it's just yeah. That's what I'm saying. It is not possible. No way, no how. I've been involved at this for 30 years, guys, and I'm telling you, no way, no how. The majority of the time, it's nothing. And when you do get something, it is a big deal because when you're waiting all those years for just one little thing to happen, it is a big deal. But when you try to tell these people, they get mean. They get upset. Well, because you're crushing their dream. And that's why they go after Kenny so bad, the dream crusher. Well, no, he's using his brain. It's most of the stuff is common sense. If they were performing monkeys, they'd be performing paranormal performing monkeys. Hope they don't start a podcast. They would be very confusing. We'll see what happens because he's got performing in there, so that kind of breaks it up. It also amuses me when the investigators talk in modern day English and expect the ghost to understand them and reply back in the same language. Exactly. And I mean, I've heard some EVPs where it's not in English, it's French. So, I mean, no, they're not all going to speak English. I'm looking forward to getting back out there investigating later this year. Oh, we look forward to it too. I'm hoping to get out and do some more stuff this year. It depending on my health. Some dance with Beardo in a tutu. Good morning, Phil. How are you? Beardo and the Tutu Brothers. I'm going to listen. Sorry, I have no filter right now, and that's never good. Let it rip, Cree. This is a free zone. Just please don't fake, lie, or be disillusional. I don't know. I think it's just if people would just follow that rule. But again, like I said, if you're putting it out on YouTube, they're going to want that entertainment factor. That's what brings in the subs and the money. And not for nothing, we would all want the subs too. And yes, we appreciate the money because it keeps the shows going. It's expensive, or can be. So, every donation is appreciated by us smaller channels. The larger ones just expect it, and and then they get people to sponsor them, so they're getting free equipment and all of this other stuff. And I can't afford any of that equipment. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not rolling around on large YouTube money. Oh, really cool, Sandra. She gets EVPs in French all the time. That must be so cool. And do you speak the language or do you have to have it translated for you? Kenny Biddle, the legend, the logical explanation, the paranormal, it keeps it real. Yes, but I to an extent, I love Kenny to death. And if I do have any questions, I always send him to Kenny to help me out with certain things. But there's just and he even admits that there is stuff out there that just can't be explained. So that has to fall into the category of paranormal, which is the unknown. Because there isn't a scientific explanation for everything that happens in the universe. There just isn't. Oh, thanks, Ace. I needed that fresh cup of coffee. Mine's cold. Ugh. I have a definite plan on how I intend to investigate. Keeping it old school. There you go, Justin. That's what I like. Old school. Actually, I'm going to start this weekend. I'm going to start doing white noise tests. And you guys heard me talking about it before, but yeah, I'm going to start actually tomorrow. I'm going to start filming and doing testing on white noise on an old Radio Shack radio, powered by a 9-volt battery, and nothing comes through on that AM channel whatsoever, just white noise. And so I'm going to see what happens. It's going to be interesting. And it's great because I got it from my father. It's an old Radio Shack handheld radio. I went down seconds. You got that old radio? He's like, yeah, what the hell are you going to do with this? And I told him, oh, okay. The way I see it is that we are fledglings compared to the source of all knowing. We are limited here and assume ghosts are too. Stop assuming. Exactly. You know the old saying, never assume, you make an ass out of you and me? That's truth. Myself and Dale, way back when, inspired by the Ouija brothers to start investigating. Yes, you can blame me. Old school jumper rolls. And then somebody else, I forgot who it was. It was one of you guys in chat. Talking about bringing down an old television and just plugging it in because the old TVs don't pick up signal anymore. So you're just going to get the white noise. And I said, well, geez, Dan, that's a good idea. And I've got an old small black and white TV in the attic. And I was thinking, maybe I'm going to bring that down and hook it up and see what happens. Laura, you're 100% right. There are and might always be things that we can't explain. No one has figured out how to live as a ghost for a while and come back and report on it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We don't know. To be honest, we don't know what we're doing, to be honest. Everything is just flying by the seat of our pants. Working off of what people have done generations ago. And I love it that the new groups that are out are trying different things. Like Wes and Lisa APRF. They're trying different things, trying different kinds of gadgets. Maybe it'll pick up something different. So we have to go a different route. And to be honest with you, I actually think that you get better sound off of a cassette recorder than you do a digital recorder. I still got to find that one tape that I've got that does have an EVP on it. The tape is here somewhere. I don't know what the hell I did with it. That's what I have to get for cleaning. I screw things up. The thing is, they are investigators. There's teams. Everyone calls investigators that I've watched since they've started. And not once have they called themselves that not even in the bio. No, I get that. No, they call themselves hunters. Yeah. I only want to investigate places with a haunted history as well. No abandoned places or anything like that. Yeah, the history is just the best. I give you investigators credit. I honestly couldn't put my mind into doing that. Honestly, I wouldn't want things to follow me home. Well, we all have our own ways of covering our backsides with that. Good morning, Betty. How are you? So it's and that's not always a given. That's not always a given. You could there is a potential that you could bring something home. It's happened to family members that I know who were in the paranormal. They brought something home that wasn't very nice. Um, Needless to say, they're not investigators anymore because it affected them and their children, and that he just didn't want to go through that again. It took a long time to get rid of it. Life after life don't exist till you've been there yourself. Same thing. We don't know. We don't know. Most who call themselves investigators are hunting, not investigating a claim. Big channels are horrible about this. Yeah, because there's definitely a difference between investigating or being an investigator than hunting. There's a lot into investigation, not just walking around with machinery and sitting there. There's readings and stuff that you have to take. There's just a list. And debunking is all a part of that while you're doing this and documenting all of this data. It's everybody goes, well, we don't need to write it down. We have the video and this, that. Well, no, video can be incorrect or can be destroyed. I always encourage people, bring a pad and a pencil, and you have to document everything before you start, during, and after. This way, when you go back to these places, you've got that data to refer to. Let's see. The Mill of the Black Monk, South Yorkshire, Justin. Ooh, that sounds good. Lion, it's a shame that we have to close our eyes to see. I get good responses with my dowsing rods. Now, see, that's what I hear so many different things about dowsing rods, and I have never used them. And I'm curious. I was thinking about getting a pair for myself just to give it a go. You hear a lot of people say, "Oh, dowsing rods are full of shit. It's you doing it." And then you got others that say, "Well, no, my family uses them for generations, and it's amazing what we have discovered with them." I always encourage everybody, because I'm not a big person for equipment. I like to do it old school, but if you've got the stuff, use it. Do the experiment. That's what it's about. Because there might be that one time, that something happens and you can't explain it. Good morning, Roger. How are you? How are you doing? Oh, I'm glad it's all working out good for you. Nice. Oh, Rob's taking a nap. All right, sir. Enjoy. Yes, the pendulum as well. Yeah, I've done testing on pendulums as well. Very interesting stuff. I got followed home once by a whistle. It's well, my cousin, his was meat nasty. Whatever it was that followed them home from one of the sites that they went to. First, it was just centered around him, and then when it pulled one of their kids out of the bed, and yeah, that's when he had to do something, and that's when they stopped. But then again, they were more scientific on their investigations as well. He was an electronics guy, sound guy, so he had reconfigured some of his equipment to pick up noise at the lower frequencies, and that's where they got a lot of their EVPs. I've heard a lot of them. It's pretty interesting, and they're clear as you and I talking to each other. But after whatever it was that followed them home, he says, yeah, he was done. Good morning, Julie. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? Is it warmer over there in Julie land? We're warming up over here a little bit. Let's see. Just a not that I'm saying you have to believe that, just that in my world they do. So when someone says a known haunting, it makes me smile. That can be your bathroom. It could be anywhere. A little like APRF, I want to show there's a different way to investigate pretty much every you. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Justin. So good. I'm looking forward to that because that's what I want to see too. It's different because obviously everybody's doing the same types of things. Maybe little differences here and there, but they're not getting any better results. So that means we need to change something. All right, Sarah's taken off. Happy Friday to you, sweetie. Thanks for popping in. Always have a good time. Always a joy to have you here in the brew crew. Shukri, maybe the level of activity is key. I think there's a lot of factors that are involved in just activity. And I do believe that, yeah, weather, atmosphere, all of that ties in. Maybe there's just a certain window when they can come in or come through. It's really, these are all the factors that we've got to look at. Excuse me. I also brought something home. It's called Mr. Prism. No exorcism can help. Oh my gosh, she's got me choking. That's funny. Same here, sweetie. I brought mine home too. I fed it and that was it. Over 40 years later, still here. Still looking for food. Before you go to a location, search the history. Now, I agree with that to an extent. I want to know the history of the building and the land. I don't want to know the haunted history because I think that pretty much jades you when you go in because then you're expecting something. So if you just got the basic history of the building and the land, I do prefer to have that when I'm doing something. But as far as haunted history, folklore stories, I don't want to know any of that because then you're already, like I said, jaded when you go in because is this I'm expecting this to happen or that happen. We can't do that. But some people like it. I just think it causes an issue. No, you have to connect with them, Roz, and let no one touch them but you. See, I'm still thinking about getting a set just because I'm curious. I'm definitely curious. Cree, well, you know me by now. Me explaining isn't much better. Well, it's hard to get what you're trying to explain through in the correct form when you're doing a text, you know? That's why I enjoy having people on the program live because then you can explain yourself better. It really is hard to get your point across in the right form sometimes when you're texting. If a skeptic or a debunker feels they know exactly how someone should investigate properly, they need to write a book saying exactly what they're looking for, period. Otherwise, nothing will change. I agree, Cree, and I think that I think everybody should have a guideline sheet, if you would say, of things that you need to check before you go into an investigation. So I always now when I would do, residential or abandoned, there was always a checklist. You check, the basics: electricity, If there's water running around anywhere, any running water in the property, um, broken windows, doors. You're checking for wind speed in the house, which you wouldn't think would be important, but it is, and they have meters for that, where you could set it by a window to see if a breeze is coming through there, and it's going to register, and then you write that down. You're going to see if it's going to be strong enough to make a door move or open. You check for broken latches and, just basic stuff like that. I've actually never heard anybody else have that kind of a checklist. And I always ask everybody, what do you do a run through before you do your investigation, before it starts? And they go, yeah, well, we check for this, the basics. Yep. Same thing like noise that, plumbing makes, noise that if the heat's still on, it would what the sound of the furnace kicking on and the registers make, and lights, ceiling fans, sometimes you have lights turn, they make a buzzing sound. You have that buzzing noise, or, these are things that people need to, check off their list. There's a lot that goes into it. When I'm invited to investigate, I always leave them a book of all of the responses I get and a copy of video of it. That's great, Sandra. Yeah, that's great. Oh, Betty, 65. We're going to Betty's house. 65. I'm down for that. Cree, I agree. I know that there'll be plenty of people disagreeing with how I might investigate, but you need to be open to criticism and changing and how you do things accordingly. Exactly. There is no book. We have no book to follow. And everybody isn't going to agree with the way each individual person is going to investigate. Everybody has their own style. Everybody has their own agendas. But like I said, I always have a list of stuff that I check for. Common sense things that are done by nature, and just, the house creaking, floorboards you step on, you mark, okay, this floorboard squeaks when you step here, there, or this. I've done it in my own house. I know where the floor creaks, what sounds it makes. It's all basic stuff. Nope, the temperatures have dropped down again. Oh, no. No more freezing. Well, I know it's only February, but hopefully spring will be here soon. Spring is on its way in Wales. The rain is now cold rather than freezing. Yeah. Do you have that scent in the air? I always know when spring is coming because you can smell it in the air. Or am I the only weirdo that that notices that? I might be the only weirdo that notices that. There's a certain smell. It's the smell of spring. Cree, the problem with ghost hunting is that they do not know the electronics well enough to tell what is a true anomaly. They see the light go off and run with it. I do agree with you with that, Friday. They don't know how the equipment works, most of them. And yeah, the light went off. It made it do this. Well, that's why you've got to stop and figure out, okay, you got to check off everything that might have made it go off. That's where the debunking part comes in. Before you can, claim anything, you have to get rid of the obvious. Don't you wish people would investigate places that were sources of urban legends? Like if you let your car stall on a hill, it pushes uphill. I love all that stuff. Now we have one spot here that, it's, you guys have heard me talk about it, Star Hill. I'm hoping to talk my husband into going up there this summer. We have to stay at least until midnight, 1:00, because that's when everything goes down up there. And I've seen it for myself when I was a teenager. There is a giant orb that shows up on the road, and I want to catch this on film. And of course, now that I'm going to, try to catch it on film, nothing will happen. But And it's been like that for years. Everybody has gone up there. Excuse me, to sit and see this giant orb form above the road in the middle of nowhere. So, if I could talk my husband into it, that is going to be one of the trips for the summer. Excuse me, guys. My goodness. One thing is, I've watched all different types of investigators, and I watch those that don't use equipment. I say I'm about the investigation. I don't care about the equipment either way. No, you're right, Cree. There are a lot of them that don't use it, and I like I said, some do use it, but they just don't let it run the investigation. I think that's what everybody's trying to put across. That go ahead, use it, figure out why it's going off, but don't let it run the investigation. You are the best piece of equipment during an investigation. Always trust your gut. Always. It's never wrong. I've learned that years ago. When you get into a place and you feel that oppression and that heaviness, and it could be like in one section or this or that, or and it's really bad, and you're like, yeah, I probably shouldn't go down there. You know what? Exactly. You shouldn't go down there if it's that bad. I've got one like that too, my opinion. The pram fell at 30 feet East Drive when they wasn't there. I still believe it was legit, in my opinion. I believe something did go on there, Lion, because and I watched that over and over and over again. And of course, they went there and, they checked the level of the floor, which is an automatic. You should do that no matter where you go. They make jokes about it, the paranormal level. Well, you should have that. Even if it's a small one, you got to check those things. But the way that fell, it didn't fall because I know they were saying that the wire might have pulled it down the stairs. No, that's not the way it fell. It fell from top. It toppled over. So something pushed it from the top end, not pushed it out from the bottom end. And the wire, if it pulled by the wire, it's not going to fall that way. To be pulled. The wheels would have flown out first, not the handles coming forward. So it's something happened. Oh, I'm like way behind here. Wow. Let's see. Very few investigators understand that science is how it's done, so they study and give nothing to explain that it is how, and they can't do it. I don't want no spirit following me. None of us do. No, well, I know there are some people that would say, yeah, come on over, but I don't want nothing to follow me home. I've got enough already in my own house. I don't need to add extra to it. If other people, you are correct, but there are so many facets and subjects that will not happen overnight. Yeah, it's a step at a time. See, I want to investigate the haunted claims more than the history. Otherwise, you end up roaming around the building, not knowing where the haunting is said to occur. Someone told me that. Sandra, say it's not an exact science, but this is what I feel we're looking for, something like that. Let's see. Skeptics mad, even debunkers never proved it. I'm flying through these guys so I can get caught up because we're behind. I didn't realize how behind we are. In the book, I leave at my locations is a checklist and question list. Yeah, that's great. That's a great practice, Sandra. I've seen things that investigators do, what skeptics and debunkers say they want. Then they come back and say, this happened, and they add something. They move the goalpost. Yeah, sometimes they do. Problem. Betty said, come on, we can go to her house. Let me get caught up, guys. Sorry if I'm skipping over. I usually don't like that, but we're behind a tad. Heather says, I can smell spring of earth. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So see, I'm not the only one. I'm glad. I don't feel like I'm the only one that can smell that. You mean those certain trees? Mrs. Prism, I can smell spring too. Yeah, there's just I don't know how to describe it. It's just Smells spring. Hopefully it comes back this weekend. They said it was going to be warmer. See, we didn't have the smell yet. I'm waiting because that's when all the windows and doors get opened up. I'd love to air the house out. Yeah, all I smell is snow and rain. Oh, I can smell spring. It's almost here. So all right. Yeah, Heather's got the smell of spring at her end. For me, more video that shows investigators thinking critically with less reliance on gadgets on gadgets is more equipment. That analysis environment for factories, the better. Yep. So exciting, Justin. I can't wait. That's going to be so great. One of my coworkers, working from home, said she heard tapping at the front door. When she opened the door, it was one of her daughter's chickens wanting in. Oh, it says cold out here. Let me in. Equipment is nothing more than a tool that helps confirm a theory. The toy used on ghost hunts do not give the correct information. You need to confirm anything at all. The tool needs to be a good one. Yeah, it does. Friday's got to come out with his own line of tools. I mean, I've checked into some of these things and the prices are just outrageous. And I'm thinking, no, for one, I can't afford it. I'm still trying to pay off computer. Never mind, adding to that expense. Eventually I might get a 1 or 2 pieces just to test them out. Because I'd like to run my own tests just for the hell of it. Of course, if my father was still up to snuff like he was in his old days, my father could build me my equipment. But he's just can't do that kind of stuff that much anymore. Because I would tell him exactly, I would show him what's out there today. And then he would go through like all the schematics and all of that stuff. And then we could do that. And I know he would do it. And that's what he did, for years. So that's what I was telling him when I was putting together that ship and the metal ship. And it was all those little tiny pieces. I told him, I said, I felt like I was building components and transistors and stuff for like a motherboard for some kind of electronics project. I mean, that's how small this stuff was. And he started laughing at me. I agree, more should make videos without equipment, but I also have no issues if they do. I like looking at things from all sides, not just one. We don't know what a spirit is or isn't. Yeah, and we don't know what they're capable of understanding or manipulating either, Cree. So, yeah. That's why I always tell everybody, I'm on the fence, but, don't stop using it. Do the experiment because it's still part of the experiment. But don't base the investigation 100% on that. You can't do it until it's proven. We can't base 100% on nothing. The paranormal chicken Brewster. Yeah. Yeah, right. Knocking at the door. Let me in. Tell her to get a frying pan. I'm just careful about what I say of those kinds of things. They have helped me a ton, but I've never recommended anyone taking it. Thanks for not judging me, though. Yeah, no, there's no judgment. Everybody has their own opinion. Beardo witnessed the pram falling as well, and he got it on camera. Yeah. Prism, one thing about me, I judge no one ever. I don't. So why would I do it to someone else? Exactly, Cree. Yeah, we've got to leave the mind open on all avenues. The tool isn't for detecting ghosts, it's for detecting what we know about out of our own world and ruling this out from the data, then whatever is left. Oh, you had rain. Yeah, we got rain today. Rain mix today, Betty. Here I'm bouncing back and forth. Oh, Pinky, summer's almost over. A single tear falls from our eyes. not. No. Enjoy what you have of that good weather, Pinky, because you're sending all of it our way, finally. Can I say I'm loving this chat? Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad, Heather. Like I said, you never know. So we pick a topic and then we run with it. And usually it could be anything from food to, skinny dipping. You never know what we're going to come up with. You never know. I also think it's important not to get, oh my God, about how you investigate. Yeah, everybody just needs to do their thing. Just do what you think is right. But I do look forward to everybody changing it up. We need to change it up. I could make useful tools all day, but if the theory behind the device isn't understood, it may as well be a rock in the wrong hands. Education needs to come first. Oh, that's a definite in all avenues Friday. That's why Friday needs to get his channel rolling and get these things in motion Friday. So that when you do create, see, I've always said that, and you guys have heard me say it before, maybe not, but people who have got, 20, 30, 40, 50 years in the field and who have done it the correct way and collected those years and years of data, get together with somebody like Friday who is into electronics and say, this is what we've got. This is what, we've looked for, what we've picked up, what we've discovered. Is there something that we can create to help us clarify what we are capturing? Is that, I don't know the best way to say it. And eventually, maybe someday that'll happen. But that's why I think it's always very important for everybody to just to write it down. And no matter how many times you go, and then you have to go more than once. Most people, we've been there, nothing happened. Well, you need to go back, maybe 10, 20, 30 times, hey, good people, the prisons are going to do some shopping. Probably won't be back in time. Yeah, because we're gonna be shutting down in about 20 minutes. Pick me up something good. Yeah, because I have no. Oh, actually, no. I lie. I thought I was gonna say I didn't have it for dinner. I'm making pork tenderloin for dinner tonight. I write male paranormal romance, and I would write as if it was all real, and the reader knows it's not. But now, I put a debunker and a skeptic side, and then dedicate it to them. So yeah, enjoy your shopping, guys. I agree, but to add to it, the theory needs to be understood, and the tools should give more information. Everything, excuse me, needs to be numbered, applied, not lust of light. So yeah, well, you're right, Friday. It's got a good day, everyone. Oh, you have a great time. Have fun shopping. I'm trying to show people that there are other sides to this. I even started a new series with the Skeptical Investigator. Oh, that's going to be cool, Cree. That's going to be cool. I've got to fly. Take care, everyone. Awesome day. I'll see you all later. Yes. Enjoy your day, Sandra. Thanks for hanging out with us. Friday's going to vamp up the coffee. He needs a coffee refill. Having witnessed and recorded a series of poltergeist raps from within an empty room at East Drive, I really don't rate the pram thing as evidence. See? But it is curious, though, isn't it? So I think it still needs to be studied. But yeah, if you series of poltergeist, yeah, it's there's all kinds of strange stuff. Definitely an interesting place, and you guys are lucky that you're able to get to go to somewhere like that. Justin goes skinny dipping. Not a good sight. Oh my God. Well, how do you know? Have you seen Justin in the buff? All I got to say is Justin's pretty handsome, so that might not be a bad sight to see. I'd show up for the show. Why not? Of course, his missus might have a problem with that. Oh, skinny dipping ghosts. Do they have to drip dry so they don't shrink? I think it depends on what sheet that they have. Good morning, Vicky. How are you? That's okay. You're here. That's all that matters. I mean, if they're using cotton or cotton blend, silk satin, I have to see you later, my friend Laura. Okay, Face, you have a great day. And thank you again for getting the word out and sharing out my channel. I am just flabbergasted. But touch base with me and we'll see if we can get you on and you can sit and chat with Susan and I on live. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. I would just say we booked ED for 6 straight days. Oh, 6 days. Great. It was possible to pick up the activity and started to see kind of pattern. Yeah, that's what it is. You've got to be there more than just a few hours, That's awesome. Yes, Cree, that's exactly the problem. Some locations are 1,200 plus. That's just for the location. And a lot of them don't let you lodge there. So you're only there for a few hours for that 1,200. Then you got to pay for like hotels and food and gas, or if you had to take a flight, this stuff adds up. That's why I think it's great that people are able to do that. I can't do it. I can't afford any of that stuff. Holy crap, I made it to the bottom. I made it to the bottom, as Sarah would say, ding, 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 got to the bottom. That's part of the big problem, to be able to afford it. But also I enjoy when they go to the famous places. It's great because we've heard about them and we'd like to see them. But I also want people to start going to just local places in their own hometowns, places that nobody's heard about, but has history. That's what I would love to see. The issue is I think we paid over $1,600 for 6 days. Was it worth it? No, not really. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Ouch. As soon as I opened the door, Kitty laid in the sun. I make sure the screen door is locked. Yeah, they love it. Friday's got his coffee. They love that sunshine. I'm really curious at what's going to happen when Joe sends his video to the Warren House people and if they approve it. Oh, see, he has to get approval? See, I don't go for that either. You're paying big money to go to a place and then they have to approve your video. Whatever. But I bet you all had fun together during that time. Yeah. They say Virginia has a lot of haunted places. Yes, because when I do research on, haunted locations, Virginia comes up a lot. People will hate on Joe just because of where he is, which makes no sense. Hate the location or the claims if you want, but not the investigator. Yeah, because you can't always go to where everybody likes. That's the whole point. You want to go to these places to find out if they're full of it or not. I honestly don't believe there's anything haunted in that museum. I think they just got all that stuff at yard sales. But again, I don't know. I could be wrong. I guess we're going to find out. If I owned a haunted location, I would charge $30 or £30 a night. I understand that they have to have upkeep money to keep locations open. But as many investigators and teams that go through these places, $1,600 is a lot of money. Come on. And I get you want to make a little profit, but wow. None of these. Yeah, you're right, Friday, to take a year complete. Yeah, because you got to keep going back. That's what I'm saying. You can't, nobody can afford it. Well, yeah, and also Creed, they get upset because it's the Warren house, and people aren't big fans of the Warrens. Not at all. I watched Elton use his chat from day one to come up with his haunting of the Warren house, and I watched him manipulate them into saying the Warrens came back because demons were trying to enter the home. Yeah, I remember you messaging me about that. But he's a businessman. Elton is a businessman. And he's there to make the dollar. And you know that right off when you hear him speak and the way he presents himself. Hey, Julie J. How are you, darling? How are you doing? Good to see you here. Yeah, $30 per person, and you could film and post on YouTube. Yeah. I mean, obviously people, you're going, well, I can't say obviously because not everybody posts on YouTube. I didn't a long time ago. I do now. If I go out and I do a film, it goes out and I put it right on there. I don't do any editing crap, that. So it's because I want to share the experience with everybody. I have a bunch of orbs in my room, blue, orange, solid white, see-through ones. I got all sizes. Shoot across my room. Also come up to me. Very interesting, Betty. Pennsylvania. Yes, Pennsylvania is very haunted. Well, Pennsylvania through New York is because it's all connected, through like the Revolutionary War and stuff. So it's like a bloody trail all the way through both states. A lot of history, a lot of sadness. I know there are expenses, especially with insurance to maintain. Yeah, but what they charge is almost criminal. Yeah, it is. It is criminal. Well, like what they were charging at the Conjuring House. And then the video had to be authorized, okayed. And I'm thinking, well, wait a minute. You don't own the video, for one. You just got done paying. The stipulations were just insane. You couldn't film outside. You couldn't do this. You couldn't do that. Well, then why am I paying $1,200 for only a couple hours? And then you weren't left alone. I wouldn't go there. Yes, Cree, I do. Yeah, I remember that. You came and you messaged me. I would rather go to a graveyard that is a few miles in the woods than pay a dime to any of those locations and possibly get better results. I'm down with that too, Friday. That's why I do mostly now, old graveyards, old cemeteries. I've had some interesting things happen. I mean, I did get a little heated the other night when somebody had a live and they were talking about, why would spirits or would hang out in the cemetery? Well, why not? They hang out where they want, and and they believe that you don't get anything in a cemetery. Well, then explain, the experiences that I've had in cemeteries. Where I've heard my name said and other things said, and actually last fall I was and I did put up the short about. My hand was actually touched in the last location that I was in, and it was very light, but it's still something touched me. So, it wasn't my imagination. I was looking right at the hand. So it wasn't wind. There was no wind, no bugs, it wasn't my hair. So what the hell was it? I'm off now, Laura. It's getting dark. My coffin awaits. Vampire needs. Ah, sleep well, Dark Prince. I've never had posted anything online. Never will. No, not everybody. The majority of investigators, honest investigators, Julie, they don't put anything on online. Like I said, I never used to put anything online, and then I was thinking, well, not for nothing. I the whole premise of my program on Wednesdays was is educational, to learn from investigators and share experiences, and so that's what made me start saying, well, maybe I'll start putting it on, so maybe somebody can learn from it or get something off of it. So it's, and I think it's great that everybody does share, but then some people are very critical of other people's work. And that's when you've got to understand that no matter what you put on YouTube, it's going to be picked apart. You have to expect that. So that's when people should be mature enough to sit down and have a adult conversation and debate about it. But some people really get heated. So it's all a big mess. It really is sometimes. My other house, I'd been touched and yelled my name in the ear. Yeah, see, that's happened to me in my own house, Betty. I've had my name said in my ear a few times in my own house. There's a lot of things that happen here, but I pay no attention to it. Because one of my rules is that I don't investigate my own home. Everybody goes, well, why not? Because I don't want to stir up something that I don't want opened up. I know it's here. We live peacefully together, and that's the way I want to keep it. I've thought about maybe just running camera or recorder and just leaving it on and see what happens, but I haven't done that yet either. But whatever it is, it apparently shows up the same time every night in the living room because the dog goes bananas. So it is what it is. Don't trust any ghost hunter who wears a cap backwards. Yeah, I know, really. Especially when they're like 45 years old, It's time to turn it back around, buddy. But again, they're focusing on the younger audience, and they're getting them. I don't think I have anybody under the age of 30 that actually watches anything that I put out on here. Because I don't go running around yelling demon or, dude, or I don't go jumping over, I don't jump rooftops and, in the old days maybe, but not now. This house seems like nothing bad. Yeah, if you're comfortable and everything's good, then yeah, it is what it is and just enjoy it. I'm wearing mine backward, but don't hunt anymore. I'm talking to you, Beardo. Is Beardo lurking? Oh, 45. I'll take 45. Take me back to 45. I'll take it. Time goes too damn fast. I remember when I was 45. I remember when I was 16. 16 is when I was jumping in and out of windows and running so I didn't get caught by anybody. Nowadays, yeah. I mean, if I have to run, I can run, but I just look at it this way. I don't give a shit. And I'm not there to run away. And my sister, she's mad crazy. She'll just run right towards anything. I said, someday you're going to run up on a skunk or something. Then you'll be sorry. Pinky says, yeah, 3 years ago I was 45. Yeah, it goes quick, don't it, Pinky? I cannot run. I really shouldn't run, Julie, but when the adrenaline kicks in, I move quick and then I pay for it later because they'll be like, oh God, I can't move now. So it's, yeah. Creeless. I was 45 13 years ago. Yeah, Cree, that's old gals. That's all right. Just a number. Even though my body feels like, it's 110, I'll still hang out in the 50s. And I got a birthday coming up in June, so just another number. I think the big 60 is when I'm going to have probably a meltdown. My niece turned 40 this year. I'm thinking, wait a minute, man, stop getting old. You're making me old. But I can't believe she's 40. Oh, Jesus, where the time goes. Vicky goes, run. I can nearly shuffle. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's some days where the legs don't work, which really ticks me off. And I push myself. That's my problem. I push myself beyond what I should. And I get my ass ripped by the doctor and my husband and, and I'm just stubborn. I will push until I drop dead. And then I pay for it. When my daughter was a toddler, she walked into my mom's house, said, I don't want to go in there. I said, why? She said, I don't know that guy. There was no guy. Oh, yeah. See, they see it. They see it. My niece used to see stuff in this house all the time. And of course, she doesn't tell us until she gets older. I said, why didn't you say something? And lately, my dad has been seeing things on and off. So there's a few times where I thought I was downstairs. And I'm like, well, no, Dad, I just come down. You were just down here a couple minutes ago? No. He sees a woman standing in his doorway of his office. I can run when I have to, but boy, do I feel it. Well, yeah, me too, Rod. That's what it is. I'm only 61, going on 90, so I couldn't run. Back problems, yeah. Well, that's me too, with the fibro and the back problems and the arthritis. And I'm just a bag of crap is what it is. But like I said, I push myself. And I know I overdo it. I cause my own problems, but I refuse to go down without a fight. If someone would have told me I could have run before Friday the 13th, I'd laugh. Since then, I'm like, Laura, I guess I can run when I have. That's right. You run if you have to. It's your body's making you do it. And then, you pay for it days later. I don't have to run. I have a train. Yes. And we have we bought it's not like the chair scooter deal. It's a regular scooter. It's like a skateboard with handlebars and a seat. We got one of those last year because, my dad likes to still walk, but it makes me nervous, because he's 81. I says, well, we got this. I got him a helmet. I says, so if we have to zip down to the store, we can. I mean, the thing goes like 25, 30 miles an hour. So, we have that if we need it. But yeah, well, if you're somewhere and the adrenaline kicks in, I'm out of there. I'm out of there. And then when I stop, like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Quick, I got to go lay down. Oh, I crash into stuff all the time, Roger. That's got to do. Oh, thank you, Vicky. Thank you so much. You're a rock star. We've got to say thank you to Vicky. Plug your ears. Thank you so much, darling. You are a rock star. Every little bit helps. I've just been so blessed this month by all of you people. You guys are just the best. The year started off real crappy, and then my husband, the injury and all of it, just, and I thought to myself, God, right back down to this shit and mess, and you guys have just been such great support. And like I said, I can never say thank you much. You can't. I know it's just, I don't know. Thank you is just sometimes just never enough. And it excites me because, like I said, I do the magazine for members only. So, God, look at all the people now get to see the magazine. Pinky's helped out with it. Sage, it's gonna be a good issue. It really is. I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy people sharing their stories and their experiences. Coffee's running low. Let's turn the chat green. Yeah, nice. I already gave away all the free ones that I had, so I gotta wait till next month because I was gonna do it again. I go, no, you're all done. I usually split it up because they only give you 10. And so I give 5 away at the beginning of the month and 5 at the end of the month. I tried the best I can, guys. And I'm just hoping that the rest of this year is smooth sailing. Hopefully, just hopefully. Got my fingers, eyes, toes, on everything crossed. And hopefully we can just, share with everybody the best that we can, the best of our abilities. Even just you guys being in the chat, hitting the like button and all that stuff, subscribing, all of that. And commenting on the videos. That is a big deal. It really is. And all the extra stuff is always, always appreciated. It helps me keep this thing going. Has that old hag been to visit yet? It's the hag. The hag's loose. The hag's loose in the merch shop, guys, if you want to check out the hag. Sage's creation. I love it. Not sure, Pinky. I was distracted with work. Uh-oh. That's when they sneak in and attack. Okay, I must take a nap and listen. Hopefully you'll find dream. You'll find it. I know I need to. I'm exhausted. I've been up forever, it seems like. That's why I keep forgetting what day it is, to be honest with you. I've been up very early every day this week. I thought it was Friday yesterday. I'm thinking, oh my God, what the hell am I doing? But I was doing it all week. Day ahead. So screwed up. But we've hit the 2-hour mark, guys. I'm going to let everybody go. Get their naps, get their lunch, get their breakfast, get their coffee. Oh my God, I forgot. Thank you for saying that. I forgot to hit the like. Oh, no, please hit it. Please hit that thumbs up. And anyone that's lurking, please subscribe. I'm almost at the goal. I'm just, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It's the little things that make me happy. I'm very easy to please. I've always told it from, everybody, dating and all of that. And I was, you're going to go out to these fancy, you could take me to McDonald's, buy me a cheeseburger. I'm good with it. I'm a cheap date. I look forward to, good conversation and a good time more than, fancy gifts and flowers and stuff and food. I always use live chat. Always use live chat and never top chat. Yes. So like I said, I'm going to let you all go, get your thing going on, and get on with your day. Today is Friday. Let's see, who's on today? Kenny Biddle's on today. And I don't know. I don't think Susan's on today. Susan's on next week. There's going to be a bunch of people on. And as always, guys, yes, thank you to my mods for sharing everything out. I appreciate you guys. You guys rock. And my brew crew is the best. You really are, you guys. I enjoy it. And I've enjoyed our chat this morning. It was really good. It was a really good chat. So until then, I will see you guys on, well, obviously in chat somewhere out there in internet land, but I'm going to see you Sunday night at 7 for the new miniature start. And then on Monday morning for the brew. So until then, guys, have a great day. Hopefully everybody gets some sunshine. Send some our way. We need it. Until then, guys, have a great day, and I will see you all soon.